In this lesson, I want to show you how to change the type of calculation in your pivot table. So over here, notice how it says sum of total right there. And follow my mouse to the right side of the screen. And over here in the value section, it says sum of total. So you're going to click on the pull down where it says sum of total. And then we'll pick on value field settings as the important choice. And notice how I have sum, count, average, maximum, minimum, product, standard deviation, and variance. So you can choose any one of those. And I'll pick on count, and I'll click on OK. And notice how they went from sums to counts. So you're going to click on this pull down right over here where it says count of total in the value section. And then we go back to value field settings. And then we'll pick on sum, for example, and we'll click on OK. And now they're sums again. Now, what if you want to see the sum and the count at the same time? Well, we'll just move more than one field into the value section. So I'll pick up the total field again from the fields and drag it over here into the value section a second time. Now, when we have it a second time, notice how I have two sums. Well, we don't need two sums. That would be redundant. Plus, it would be repetitious. So I want to change that. So I'll click on the pull down right there where the second sum, and I'll pick on value field settings, and I'll make that one a count, and I'll click on OK. And now we have a sum and a count at the same time. So you can move more than one field into the value section. Really, you can have as many as you wanted to, and each one can have their own value field settings. Now, let me show you where there's even more beyond sum and count and average. I'll click on that pull down where it says count, and I'll pick on the value field settings screen. Good. Now, if you notice where my mouse is, on the first tab of the value field settings screen, you get things like sum, count, and average. I'll pick on sum again. Now I'm on the second tab of the value field settings screen. And now I'll click on the pull down, and now we have even more calculations available. So we have percent of column total, percent of row total, whole lot of different ones in there. So that gives you some more possibilities. So this time I'll pick on percent of column total. So on the value field settings screen, if you pick on the first tab, you have sum, count, average, and so on. And if you pick on the second tab, and then pick on this pull down, then you have a lot more calculations available. So I'll show percent of column total. And I'll click on OK. And now we even have percents in our pivot table, as we can see. So you can move as many fields as you wanted to in the value section, and then each one would have their own value field settings. That's how we can change the calculation type on the pivot table.